everybody, and welcome to this year's edition of Project Erasmus Plus Esports. We're very excited to be here. Another year, another great tournament is awaiting us. Today with you, there will be myself, Blaž Cilenšek, and beside me is Primo Gorinc. And we would like to welcome you all once again to what is a very exciting event. Believe us, there is a lot of things happening right now. But so far as me and Primo, we can't wait to get in the games. But first, let's talk a little bit about why we're actually here and what is going on. Well, the Erasmus Plus Esports project is a gaming-boosted project for school engagement in students with learning disabilities. And basically the purpose and the challenge of the project is to introduce how gaming can be used to engage and be more incorporated into the school educational plan, and how it could positively influence students with learning disabilities in order to improve their well-being, concentration, cooperation, and other benefits. Now, the countries that are with us today, the countries that are cooperating, are the Czech Republic, Italy, Portugal, and of course where we are, which is Slovenia. Now, the first mobility project, the mobility of the project took place in Latvia in the city of Riga, and the competitive teams were from Czech Republic, Latvia, Portugal, Slovenia, and Spain, which the Czech team won, actually. So we might be looking at early favorites here from the Czech Republic. And that's basically it. One thing that we should mention probably is that the tournament should have been in Slovenia already last year, but it couldn't have been because of obvious restrictions that we had. And now I have been talking for a really long time, so I will give some words to my man Primo here, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself and talk about what we expect from this tournament, and just in general, what are your feelings about the players and the environment?
Yeah, I think everybody came here actually to have fun. The first purpose is, I think, to promote esports, to promote inclusivity of also people with some learning disabilities. But the other thing, to have fun, to play some games. We see that players are already having fun in our place, playing some maybe FIFA versus each other and warming up their fingers this way. And we're expecting especially some fun games. You talked about maybe some favorites before the games, but I think teams from Slovenia will try to defend our honor as well. So we're maybe expecting from them to perform, but it's mostly about having fun and cooperating and meeting people from other countries.
Of course, Slovenians will have the home advantage, so to speak, but that doesn't mean that any other team will be just giving them the baton, giving them the win. We have to say that these teams, like you said, are here to have fun. That is what is the big victories here is, I think, who will make the most connections between players, who will perhaps continue playing with each other after the tournament ends. That's what it's all about, to creating partnerships, creating friendships that will last a long time in gaming. And here we see the schedule. First game of the day, we will hit up the home team Slovenia 1 versus Portugal. That will happen in just a few minutes time. We are getting things ready. The players are getting warmed up, and I think it is about time. We can take this time to introduce the players. Yeah. At least let's take a look at from Slovenia 1. We have Champ 9232 from top lane. He's going to play top lane. His favorite champion is Fiora. Now, Fiora, a very strong champion at the moment, I would say. We even saw people playing Fiora in Worlds play-ins, so that can be very exciting. And then we have Zigimundus. I like that nickname for Slovenia 1, which is going to be the support, which is kind of ironic because I think that should be jungle.
Yeah. I think they're having this maybe 2 support mains in a team, and then one of them might out-of-field to jungle, and I think it's gonna be Zigimundus based on his favorite champs, Gragas, Kane, Viego, all very strong, all still quite viable in the current meta. Maybe Kane, we're not used to seeing him in pro play or something like that, but we know it can be still, yeah, very hard. He can carry very hard from the jungle, so I think those type of champs right now are really viable, and if he can play Kane, maybe he can play some other assassins, and we can have some fun in the jungle.
And you know, this is why I like these types of tournaments, because we don't necessarily see meta, but we see comfort. And that is very exciting to me, because we don't see, you know, just the normal champ pool that is in the pro play, but we see some things that we usually don't. That's more solo queue-like. And that to me is very exciting, because when you put players on comfort champions, they even if they are a lower rank or not a semi-pro or professional, they can pull off some really great things.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to see the mashup as well, to try and create some type of compositions. This is what I love, some wombo combos. We are in the type of meta where, I mean, Amumu's kind of viable, so you can have Amumu, Oriana, wombo combos and stuff like that, and that's always fun to see everybody just popping up, knockups everywhere and stuff like that.
And again, this is what the Erasmus Plus Esports tournament or event is all about: teamwork. So it will be very, very interesting to see how these teams cooperate on the Rift, and if they, or actually, should I say better, if they take their cooperation off the Rift during their schoolwork and everything, and they can translate that to on the Rift. I really look forward to, like you said, for example, like Amumu, Oriana, Wukong compositions, throw in a Malphite in there, why not, and just have fun, try and do the best you can, try and look the best you can. And you know, you never know, there might even be a future star right here. We never know, and that's, to me, is very exciting.
Yeah, I also really like that with true cooperation, when the team meshes with each other well, when the team plays with each other really well and are trained to play around each other, they can really raise their level of play. They can even compete with much stronger players that don't really cooperate well, that try to carry all by themselves. So I think we'll have to be focused also on how good really the teamwork is from the teams. And if they really mash up well, if they train together, they can, I think, achieve some great things.
I'm just looking for the list here, and Portugal's top laner, Bernardo Barella, is one of his favorite champs is Teemo and Master Yi. Now, I want to see that. You never see that, Primož. In no tournament setting do we see a Master Yi, a Teemo, and especially in top lane, Master Yi. I want to see that. I want to see the 1v9 Master Yis. I want to see assassins going wild. And that's just the type of games that we expect here from these young people on the Erasmus Plus project. Here we go. This is the Slovenia one team, I think.
I think it's the Portugal.
No, it's the Portugal team on your screens right now. We are getting into game, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, let's. We sort of stopped at the presentation of both teams.
Sure.
And yeah, let's continue with that. Slovenia one's mid laner, Game Noob, Nico Pozdrec, and his favorite champ is Echo. So we probably can expect some assassins from him. I mean, those favorite champs usually just mean that you play sort of similar champs like Echo, and we know that Echo and champs like that just have a very explosive play.
I got a little bit excited because guess what? We are in our first champion select here at this event. Very exciting stuff. We'll see what the players get to ban. The thing is, you don't ban meta, and you don't necessarily know the other players as well enough to ban their comfort. So I'm guessing they're just going to ban what they hate playing against. That's what I would do.
I usually just try to... There are usually some OP picks, and you try to remove them. At least this is... I'm sort of looking at clash strategies. What are the best, usually, clash strategies in League of Legends? And, you know, there isn't usually... You don't know the other players. You see if somebody has, like, a million points on one champ. You usually also know that champ even here, so you try to ban that one, and then you usually go up against really those champs you don't want to play against. Maybe Amumu might get banned a lot. We know that it got some buffs, so I'm thinking maybe he will be targeted as being one of those champs you don't want to play against. Maybe Talon and stuff like that, those assassins in the jungle that became really popular and really powerful during the last patch. So
Yeah, I am checking right now, and no one on Slovenia 1 seems to play a lot of Amumu. At least they don't have it listed as their favorite champ.
but whose favorite champ is Amumu?
You just made Amumu a little bit more sad.
I think it was a list of all the champs, and I think Amumu just got like 0.1%. What's your favorite champ to play, or which champ do you hate the most? And he's all-time low in all categories usually.
And that is why Amumu is a sad champion.
But we got some bans.
We got some bans already. Let's focus on that for the time being. We see Zed, Set, Jin, and the Frog.
Yeah, I mean, Jin meets Tonic kinda with his funny name, kinda got this ban for himself, and
you know, I love that particular nickname because it's very creative. But now we see picks coming through. So apparently we're doing 2 bans first. That seems kind of weird. Usually it's 3.
we're waiting for confirmation.
Oh, so both teams missed a ban. We're just gonna let that one slide. It's not about, like we said, it's about having fun, and that's fun. So the first champion, I think that is Kaisa.
Look, sometimes you just don't have 3 bans to ban. You want to keep your options open, and
You're not afraid.
yeah.
And the first pick over there is Kaisa. Yeah, Kaisa, a very strong champion. Of course, very mobile and can be a very good pub stomper. We don't see what Darth Vader has chosen right now. We have some difficulties, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's some sort of weird skin, and it just doesn't fit the box as well.
From the looks of it, it could be Ornn or Malphite, just because it's red. This is not the best guess, but we on the Slovenia side, we do see that we have Kaisa.
This is Fiora background?
It could be. On the Slovenia side, we have we have Kaisa and Morgana bot lane. So a very strong bot lane with Kaisa's mobility, with the black shield that she can get.
And it's also really hard to even counter them, as you do have double range, so it's kind of hard to match.
Picking a Leona into it, not the smartest, I would say.
Yeah, kind of unusual, but we know that Leona, especially if you can get that black shield out of Morgana, then Leona just thrives also into Morgana. Morgana can be also a great target to pick up on, to try and kill her early on. And matching up,
it's not a Morgana, it's a Vel'Koz.
Oh.
We have some issues with the graphics. I'm sure we'll sort that out during the tournament. This is just, the first game jitters, the first game nervousness coming out of us. And we have Game Noob's Echo. You talked about it, we said it. I don't know which is the first champion that Next Nuke picked. I think it's Jinx.
Jinx, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Jinx. But we have an assassin already, so that's very exciting and very good for us. And he got his comfort. That is very good for him.
Yeah, definitely. Bird sort of heavy on the AP already on the side of Slovenia 1. They have, Vel'Koz and Echo, so they're definitely going to be looking for some maybe more AD, maybe more even engage to match the Echo. And interestingly enough, Portugal still wants to remove some of the AP options, but we know Gwen doesn't care about AP, AD, stuff like that. She just nukes everybody, especially Jinx. It's really hard to even stop her from
and
just
we see
getting...
an Amumu ban, which is kind of interesting because they already have their support picked. Yeah, but they already have Leona picked, so I wouldn't ban Amumu. I don't think he's good in jungle.
I think it's fine. I tried playing it some from the changes, and if you can survive the first clear is the kind of hard one. You need some sort of leash. You need some help with it. But afterwards, you just Krugs and Raptors are really fast to clean with the Mumu because of his AoE abilities. And you mostly just focus on that side of the map and you should be fine most of the game. And once you turn level 6, you're of course a monster. And especially into this type of lineup, Velkos doesn't want a Mumu on the opposite side.
That's true.
It would just get popped every time before even the fight can begin, before he can actually unleash his damage.
Okay, we see the next bans now, or we see them, but we're still waiting for the last ones. I hope they won't miss them as well, or you know what? I hope they do, so we get as many options as possible. But let's check with, for example, what Jin meets Tonic, amazing nickname again. Vayne Kaisa, Misfortune, so he has his Kaisa. Actually, a lot of comfort going from the Slovenia team. Every single player got one of their favorite champs, and I would like to check right now with my notes here. What type of champions do Portugal have? For example, we see Darth B. Vader has Timo, Yi, and Veigar. And then we have very little comfort so far, except for the Jinx, which is one of the favorites for their AD carry.
Yeah, similarly enough, even Leona, their support says he can play it. But we expect maybe Team Slovenia now to match with some assassin in the jungle, maybe. Kane or Viego would fit nicely into this team, I think. And he can follow up onto Echo's engage. With Kaisa, you have two great diving buddies, and you want to add a third one maybe to them?
That's a Gragas.
That's a Gragas, so tons of AP now, but still matches the criteria of engage and Volibear as well. So a lot of comfort really on the side of Slovenia. Gragas, once again, one of their favorite champs. So Slovenia one just going for comfort really hard.
A lot of tankiness, a lot of engage from Slovenia one right now with the Gragas, with the Volibear, the Echo. And let's see what Portugal decides to do. I think that's a Master Yi.
Camille down.
It is a Master Yi. I said I wanted it and I got it. I got a Master Yi, and on bot lane, is that a Camille?
I think it's a Camille.
So
it might be a Yi jungle Camille top. And I was said that the Darby Vader picked Rice in the first rotation, so it's gonna be, I think, Rice that mashes this team for Portugal.
That's well, you know, that's well proportionate damage coming from Portugal. They have some AP, they have a lot of AD with the Master E and Camille. We know that Rise is going to be a monster later on in the game, so is Master E, but Slovenia one has that beefy front line with the Volibear. They have the engage to catch them out. And
yeah, a lot of engage actually on the both sides.
A lot of engage.
Both sides, when they want to fight, they will fight. They will jump at you with everything they have, and this is always fun to see.
And you know that we love it.
Yeah.
You know, in pro setting or semi-pro setting, we don't get a lot of 2v2s, 1v1s. We just don't get a lot of fighting in general.
You get those defensive champs like that want to dash back, jump back.
This is just all in, baby, and we love it. And we can't wait to get into game. I'm pretty sure the players are loading already. I can't see their screens, but I do see their expressions. And, well, Portugal are looking focused, very focused, you know, on the game. And I love it, you know, just get that coordination going, get everything started. I want to see some level 1 plays. Both teams have the tools to make a level 1 play.
I think it's mostly actually on the side of Slovenia. If I check the champs, I think Echo can be okay, level 1, Kaisa, Volibear Gragas can do some stuff. Portugal's champs, usually not the greatest. Camille has if she takes the hook shot, it can be good. And Leona is one of those actually good ones, but Rise and Jinx also not the strongest level 1 champs, so I think it's mostly on the side of Slovenia.
Well then, Slovenia 1, hear me and please do a level 1 invade, because we want to see that. We want to see that happen. I want blood from the get-go. And it seems as though the players aren't yet in game.
Yeah.
Sadly, we are having some issues. Of course, they will be resolved as soon as possible. But we see on the cam, everything is all smiles. And that's what this is about. And yeah, that's about it. We have the well. Let's assume that these teams are of equal skill. And who do you like more?
Oh,
Do not be biased.
yeah, I'm trying to turn off my bias, and
Yeah.
we know that Slovenia got a lot of comfort on their hands, and I think Volibear into Camille is a good matchup actually for Volibear. He can
Yep.
match her really well in the early game and then just be more oppressive in the team fights, especially if you just force team fights, which we kind of expect more. Camille always being more of that side lane carry. In the jungle, Gragas always can create some chaos. He can jump, he can knock forward maybe the backline of Ryze and Jinx. And maybe make them this position. And also he's a great counter into Camille, as he can just knock her out of her ultimate. So another maybe advantage for Team Slovenia.
So you're going with Team
But-
Slovenia.
Yeah, but then there's Echo and that bot lane. I prefer Jinx and Leona actually bot lane, just because I think Leona just gives you a really strong engage. Jinx to follow up. You focus one target, you burst that one target with Camille, and Jinx and Master Yi, we know what they love. They love a pick and then just resets. Then it becomes a game of resets, and if once Portugal gets rolling, it's going to be really hard to stop them.
Okay, we just got some info that on the side of Portugal, we don't have a Jinx, we actually have a Lux. If I heard that correctly, there was some issues with the client side. So yeah, we have to switch that out to Lux. And it's still very interesting. They can layer the CC very heavily on the bot lane with Leona and Lux. Of course, Lux not an AD carry, obviously, but for the AD damage, they do have the Master Yi, so I'm not all that worried.
Yeah, they have Yi and Camille, so they're pretty AD heavy nonetheless.
I'm not worried.
And yeah.
I'm not worried. And you know, if you're choosing Slovenia, I'm going in with Portugal, baby. It's, you know, every time there's a football tournament, European World Championship, doesn't matter, I root for Portugal. So you know what? I'm going with Portuguese here. I think they can do it. I want to see the Master Yi popping off, like I said in the pre-show when we started things.
More importantly, it's going to be quite hard to stop him. It's Volibear and Gragas mostly on the Yi duty, but if they jump forward, if they
Get onto Kai'Sa.
get away from the team, Verkos is not going to stop with the Yi. Kai'Sa is not going to stop the Yi. Once Kai'Sa is in range to even basic Yi, he's on to her and he's going to kill her. So then Echo also being quite bad actually into Yi. It's really hard to even assassinate him. If he uses his W smartly, he can just wait and negate most of the damage even from Echo. So Yi just kind of has to draw out Gragas and Volibear, who can stop him, but even Volibear doesn't have all that much CC, so it's Gragas' duty to stop this.
By the way, you, the viewers, can also vote in Twitch chat who you think is gonna win, and let's see the predictions. That should be interesting as well. I think they are in game
Yeah, we
now.
should be.
From the looks on the monitors here, if I, yeah, oh no. Why do
Yeah.
I even start? Because there is obviously already a delay, actually a pause. So, but I'm pretty sure we will get things rolling very quickly. You know, with these tournaments, it's usually like that. The first game, there's delays, and then everything runs smoothly once we figure out the recipe and how everything should be done.
Some beginner nerves as well, you know, it's the pressure is on, and 60 seconds for a peak seems so long when you're not pressured, but then, oh, what do opponents have? What do we have? Oh, too much AP. Oh, I can't pick. What do I pick even? And then it's gone in 60 seconds.
And by the way, the votes are in. You, the viewers, chose Slovenia won with 69% of the votes and 30% or 31% to Portugal. So more trust in the, I should say, the more like meta-like composition.
More even comfort composition,
Comfort
really.
composition,
From what we said, it's really... They said their favorite champs, and it's pretty much their favorite champs. They got most of them. So we will see now what Portugal can do to stop them, and they have this weird composition as well. So
I
a lot
like-
of comfort. I think a lot of comfort as well on the side of Portugal, based on them having Yi, having champs like a Camille. So it's usually, if it's not that meta, it's usually more comfort. So we like to see comfort.
Yeah, we like to see comfort, but I also like to see bloodshed, which is why we have a countdown on, wait, there, yeah, you will see it. 25 seconds and we are in. Of course, the spectator delay will be gone, and we will start our first game of the Erasmus Plus Esports tournament. Very exciting, and a reminder, we are here 2 days, not just today. Today is the group stage, and tomorrow there is an elimination bracket where we will get our victors of this year's edition. But without further ado, here we go. Portugal versus Slovenia 1.
Yeah.
And we're on the rift. No, not just yet. That is trolling me right now. The countdown, a very good troll from our production team, but we are loading into game, just so you know. I always hate it when I hype up something and then it's like, oh no, it's gonna happen in 10 seconds. But you know what? We can't complain. Everything is going actually very smoothly, so I just hope the game will be more carnage.
Yeah, it will surely be worth the wait, and let's... I guess we're gonna have to wait a few more seconds, maybe even a delay once they got into game, maybe a pause, as some players usually don't have their settings ready. We know that they're here on location, which means that they don't maybe have their best, their most
settings,
usual settings, so it's some maybe resolution has to be changed, or I don't know, some buttons mashed up. You know how it is if you let your friend maybe to take your account for a minute, and then it's just everything feels different when you play it.
For me, usually the main difference is between SmartCast and regular cast or quick cast.
We're on the way.
But yeah, we are here even 40 seconds in already. And we see no level 1 shenanigans.
And we see a very different team actually on the side of Portugal, so I guess a lot of changes, a lot of placeholders were on their team.
So everything we talked about doesn't mean anything, basically.
I mean, it's Ezreal Leona instead of Jinx Leona, so a bit different. Ezreal, very safe pick, and he can just try and survive, which is very good actually in the into the team of Slovenia, who have so much hard engage, and Ezreal can surely keep himself safe. And what I'm mostly wondering about is this looks. It looks like it's gonna go in the mid lane, and Rice is gonna go top. Rice even stronger, I think, into Volibear than a Camille. Camille has really hard time in the early laning phase. Rice can play into her, and with phase rush, he can just run away from the bear every time he goes on 4 legs and tries to run at him.
Yeah, indeed, we see a lot of differences between what we saw in Champ Select, but nevertheless, it is an Ezreal Leona bot lane. Now, the thing with this lane, I would say, is the fact that they can choose to either be aggressive or be passive, depending on how the lane goes. On top lane, you already said it very well. However, these early levels, I do assume Volibear will have the push, just because of his passive. What is slightly irritating is that the icons aren't in the correct order. Maybe production can fix that, so we have matching lanes in the icons as well. But yeah, we see the power of the Vel'Koz in the early levels. It can be very annoying and even get the early level too. Okay, we see the bear is going on Rise and decided not to in the end. And there we go, yeah, the icons are getting swapped. I love it.
Yeah, and of course, a slow early game. Teams trying to get a feeling for the game, just...
and try and get a feeling for their opponents.
Yeah, and even there's a lot of scaling, especially on the side of Portugal. There's not a lot of intention, to fight early on. With Leona, of course, you have to kind of at least wait for level 3, maybe level 2 if you're really trying to make things happen. But with Yi, you usually take it slow. With Lux, you take it slow, Rise also as well. They kind of need that one item power spike to even start really playing the game. And on the team Slovenia, I'm expecting more early action. I'm expecting them to be the one who try and force something to happen, even at as early as level 6 or maybe even earlier, because Gragas, we know, level 3, very strong already.
Yeah, we will see the Gragas already in the bot lane. It is warded though, I believe. Yeah, smart ward by Team Portugal. And we see Gragas will perhaps go for a small invade, or he's just doing the scuttle crab as of now. But we see some action on top lane. The Volibear wants it. Could this be first blood in the first game of the tournament? Volibear has flash, Rise has flash. They are chasing. Oh, there we go. The bear slaps him and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, Volibear using his opportunity, knowing when to attack Siba Avian, and he tried to save his flash, interestingly enough. I think he could have maybe just flashed preemptively, just created some distance between Volibear. Volibear didn't have yet his cooldowns to try and follow up once again, but then you're without flash in lane, and I think Siba just decided that it's doomed. I'm gonna give him first blood and maybe stay safe afterwards. But we saw this early game power from Volibear.
Here we go, flash for Rise, and there we go. That is a dead Volibear if I have ever seen one. The Master E will here use his Q to finish it off, and Voitali gets his first kill of the day and first kill of the tournament for Master Yi. Now, if that happens again and time again, it could be a problem for Team Slovenia 1. And as I speak, Echo going forward. Echo has the flash. The Lux is very squishy, but he decides to just take the Dark Harvest and go back.
Yeah, just at the very second, that shield from Lux going away, and once again,
let's see
Echo.
it. Will it be enough? Let's see the Lux.
No, I think she will survive, but both summoners use on both sides. Game Noob and Young Avian both using everything they have. But
top lane, the Volibear wants it. Could this be first blood in the first game of the tournament? Volibear has flash, Rise has
so
flash.
Strong, he can just burst down everything. And really nice gank then, answer from Siba. Voitali punishing immediately. He knew his opponent used his flash.
He didn't back. He didn't back.
Volibear didn't respect. He even saw Yi on the top lane, so he should have, of course, backed.
Yeah.
Reset, bought his items, and maybe he would have been fine, but this way, really, no answer for Champ to try and stay alive there.
In the end, still an advantage for Team Slovenia, although a very slight one. On the mid lane, we see Master Yi making a gank, but I don't think there's going to be anything out of it. The Echo just too mobile at this point in the game. We did see a fight down bot lane with the Kai'Sa getting very low, but surviving in the end. And yeah, this is just a theme we will be seeing. Again, the replay, take it over.
Yeah, just catching out Volibear. Volibear wanted to push the lane in. It's a classic top lane mistake. When you just want to push the wave and then reset. Always push the wave, then reset, and really nicely punished. But here, Champ once again going in onto Avian. Avian can now...
Yeah, Avian, once Volibear goes onto him, does the damage, and then has to back, that's when Avian
But Champ is level 7, he can possibly
there is a level advantage. He has the ultimate available, and it does seem like he's gonna go. Avian, what can you do? The Lux ultimate goes wide, and that's a kill for Avian. He's still alive. Let's see if he can survive it. No!
Excellently played from Champ. He was caught out, Lux was roaming up top, he had to go for a dive. Really nice ultimate usage to turn off the turret, to not get the damage immediately, and just picking up Avian, and then of course he was left for that versus Young Avian, who kind of just took the kill with the help of the tower.
Yeah, I think the nicknames are actually Siba and Young, and the Avian is sort of a clan tag. But then we have Voitali.
There's two Sibas, so
okay, we're just gonna call it what it is. Everybody knows, I think, what we're talking about. In the end, we have actually a 400 to 500 gold advantage for Team Portugal as of now, even though the Volibear is doing very well into the Rise. The Rise does have a CS advantage, and we have kills actually where you want them for Team Portugal, on the Lux, on the Master Yi, which is going to be very good for them. And I don't think these guys are ever gonna stop fighting. Every time, champ.
Oh, and
okay,
now
there we go.
Zigimundus.
Zigimundus going in for gank. Still no flash on Ryzen. Yeah, this is gonna be a dead. Oh, nice style points from Zigimundus.
Yeah, easy gank actually up top. Once again, Avian without flash has to push the lane. Once again, that problem when you wanna crash the wave and then maybe look for reset, but this time Zigimundus was there, this time Zigimundus answered, and it's really easy gank for him with the help of Volibear, who can just set it up so easily, just easy point and click stun, and then
we see
Zigimundus style points.
The alley-oop from the big cask to the small cask. And there we go, we have some action in the bot lane, but actually I thought they were gonna fight more, but never mind that, we see action on the top lane and in the mid lane. We can't have 2 cameras, as Echo will just have to go back.
3 cameras maybe?
We can't have 3
lane.
cameras. We have even a whiffed ultimate from the Leona, and she's going back in, but misses the Zenith Blade. On top lane, Volibear was able to escape without the use of any summoners, well, flash should I say. But wow, a lot of action, and I love it. We have 5 kills at 9.5 minutes, and the gold is just swinging, ping-ponging from one side to the next. Right now, a gold lead for Slovenia. Also, some slight CS leads in the bot lane, and pretty even in the mid lane. Okay, let's see. Echo, yeah, it's too mobile at this point in the game to get onto him, especially with no uses of flash. And yeah, very exciting, very nice. I'm actually surprised at the amount of communication and teamwork these guys are showing on the stage.
Yeah, you can always also just use your ultimate on the Echo, and it's really hard to burst him down, especially with Lux and Ryze not having too much guaranteed CC. It's kind of optional for both of them, even if he gets his Flux onto you, Ryze. He has to still get that roam prison, and it's hard to even hit a skill shot with Lux to get so forward into Echo. I think it was mostly just a roam from Ryze to help Lux, so she can get back, she can buy her items.
Okay, but here we go. We have
Avian.
another fight. They exchanged lanes for a second. Avian does not have flash yet, is gonna get it. Yeah, now he has it and he's gonna have to use it. But the bear says no. The bear is gonna catch up to you, whether you like it or not. And that's a 3rd solo kill for Champ, for this Volibear, and that champion is gonna be a complete monster.
Yeah, Champ is playing this one really nicely. He saw Phase Rush was just used from the side of Avian. You see, he doesn't have the extra mobility, he doesn't have Phase Rush for this entire fight, and Volibear can just jump on him, stick to him, and kill him.
Meanwhile, we saw some action in the bot lane. Leona's flash and ultimate was used, and we saw Master Yi getting yet another kill. And oh, that was a flash misclick. Someone fat-fingered something, but we're gonna let that one slide as we see some action from Avian and from the Echo. Echo is gonna get the shield, but Master Yi is here to divert any kind of aggression from the Echo.
Yeah, Lux sorta was caught there. You don't want to be caught in the jungle with Lux versus an Echo, so
Definitely
understandable not. Flash. Maybe he would have been even in real danger. We see that Echo does have Ignite, so a lot of bursts. Once you're low HP, we know Echo extra damage as well, and understandable from Lux. But in the bot lane, probably what just happened, Leona getting onto Kai'Sa, and once the jungler is there as well, no real answer for Team Slovenia and AD carry to get out. And
okay,
Slovenia,
we see a dragon, and oh, this is going to be a fight. Leona doesn't have the solar flare as of now.
from Ryze?
Yeah, the Ryze TP. Oh, but we see a TP from Volibear. He doesn't have his ultimate just yet. And there we go, the solar flare hits. Everything is happening at once. And who's going to be the winner of this fight? It is Team Slovenia.
Get everything.
But wait a minute, here comes Master Yi. Oh, he can't do anything. It's 2 versus 5 right now, and the Volibear is still alive. He doesn't have his ultimate just yet. But Ezreal is very healthy. No flash, no heal on the Vel'Koz. And this is very, very tempting for the Ezreal. He's looking forward. He has the Arcane Shift. Let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, he's looking for it. The Kai'Sa's in trouble. The Gragas is there. The Lux Q misses. Oh boy! Ezreal, no! Oh, he gets the kill! It's a 1-for-1 on Ezreal. Wow! How did you pull that one off? And it's not done yet! The Lux...
Lux, can she survive this
yeah,
one?
she's alive! And meanwhile,
Ryze?
Leona has respawned. Ryze is here! What are we watching? Ryze, is he gonna go forward still? No! Just the Vel'Koz falls.